Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Gils here again, and thank you for stopping by today. If this is your first time, you're welcome to the family, and here we spread only love. Today's video is all about her male friends, his female friends. Yes, you heard that right. So we'll be talking about another kind of relationship, another kind of friendship, which is more of a romantic one. Whatever kind of romantic relationship you find yourself in, can we stay boyfriend, engaged, married? Yes, that's what we'll be talking about. So today, right, I realized that in our society a lot, we find ourselves in these relationships, and then things which are external to these relationships start having a hold on these relationships in such a way that most of the time it either breaks or it gets to that breaking point, and then we have to work on them again. In life, before we decide that we want to get into committed relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend, committed relationships, you know what I'm saying, we have had other friends along the way, people that you could call at any time of the day, at any hour of the day, people that you could go and visit without even telling them that you are coming to their house and things like that. But now when we decide that we want to be in, or when we meet people that we want to be in committed relationships with, things kind of change, roles kind of change, circumstances around those kind of friendships change. For example, Ernest and I, for example, have been friends way back. Yeah, you get, we gist, we laugh, we play with each other, say foolish things to each other, we go out when we want, we call each other when we want. If I know that Ernest has not eaten and maybe I cooked something, I'll hurriedly take it to him, like, okay, this is food, you can have some, or I'll call him, I've cooked, come and eat, and things like that. Now, Ernest is in a relationship with Olga, for example. Like it or not, the roles, the circumstances will change. The things that I used to do for Ernest impromptu, I cannot just do those things again for him. For example, I cannot just wake up and cook food and carry it to his house, or I cannot just wake up and call him at 2 a.m. because now there's somebody there whose role is to take care of him. Actually, there's somebody whose role is to build something beautiful with him, for him to confide in, and for them to grow. So I cannot just wake up again at 12 midnight and I'm calling Ernest because maybe I've broken up with somebody, or maybe something happy has happened, or just because I want to talk. It cannot happen like that. I cannot just wake up and badge and go to his house whenever. I might be going to his house when maybe he has decided to have a good time with Olga, or they're deciding to watch a movie or relax and just spend quality time with themselves, and then I will just barge in. At first, right, the whole relationship thing, especially when it comes to being engaged, being married, it used to have a problem because mother-in-laws, families, and the rest were the ones that were giving headache. But now the greater headache is this whole, oh, her friend that is a boy, his friend that is a girl, that tries to meddle into this relationship, whether we like it or not. Time after time, just the fact that you have been confiding in this person, maybe you get tempted to, okay, let me call this person and talk. I've not said that the person's opinion ceases to mean anything to you once as you're in a committed relationship. What I'm saying is the opinions of the person you're in a relationship with has to be sought first before that of any other person. Like, that person automatically becomes a priority in your life, and if something is a priority in your life, it means that it stands or has precedence over anything else. You understand what I'm saying? It boils down to the fact that when you decide to get into a committed relationship with somebody, introduce both parties. Introduce the person who has always been your friend to this person who you have decided to get into a committed relationship with, so that there is no conflict of interest. You know, the person already knows that, okay, this is a friend to my boyfriend or my girlfriend or my husband and things like that. It is already known, so that tomorrow they don't see you talking to this person and they're like, who is that? And all, you know, those questions that come up, you get. Also, by introducing these two people, you put out a platform where Okay, like for example, you say, okay, this is my friend, we met here, we have known each other for this time. Okay, she'll see the way you put interact, she'll see the way you put joke with each other. There's a likelihood that she might be okay with it, like she might join in the whole fun and everything. You people might become friends, but also there's a likelihood that this person might not be comfortable with this your interaction with this other person, and by bringing both of them together and introducing them to each other, it will give your partner room to be able to voice it out. You're like, okay, you see, I like this your friend, but I think that you should limit the way you put do this or the way you put do that, because I am not comfortable with it. And like it or not, it is your responsibility to ensure that your partner is secure or your partner is comfortable with whatever other relationship you have out of what you put share. Whether we like it or not, the whole relationship with the opposite sex is already a very complicated ball game, in such a way that you don't want to even add more stress. You don't want to make it more complicated than it is. So if you're in a relationship with somebody, or if when you decide that you want to get into anything which involves commitment, yes, you are supposed to make that conscious effort to make your life less stressful. You don't want all this external stress of, this is your friend who is a girl, or this is your friend who is a boy, and no, all of that is just adding stress. So what you're supposed to do is, if you decide that you want to get in a committed relationship, right, make sure that, okay, because there are people who come up with the whole story of, oh, I'm depressed, I need somebody to talk to, I need somebody to share how I feel with, I need somebody who is going to understand me. Yes, that's the word. I need somebody who is going to understand me. And then most of the time you think that going to talk to maybe that friend that you have had for a very long time, before, I'm using the word before talking to the person you're in a committed relationship with, is the right thing to do. It is not, because it will not be funny, it will not be fair that, let me say, Olga will hear that Ernest has told me something, or explained to me how depressed and all that he is, without talking it out with her, or without her knowing. See, those things just destabilize a whole relationship. Why will you do that? You cannot do that. Talk to your partner first. Talk to your partner first. Be there. Like, make your partner feel at home. Your partner should not be threatened. There's no, yes, yeah, like, nobody likes the fact that his or her position in life is being threatened in every sphere of life, because there must be retaliation, whether you like it or not. Sometimes you say, she's just my friend, he's just my friend. Maybe to you even, right? We have seen cases where the whole friendship thing has twisted and turned, and until you want to hear that, oh, maybe they dated for a short while, or they had a fling, or they slept with each other and things like that. So those things have happened. If you smell a rat, follow the smell. There's this thing about instincts that I always say that it is really very strong. If your instincts tell you that this thing like this is not right, work on it, my sister. Like, no, don't just sit there and say, oh, it's his friend, they've known each other for 30 years. Oh, it's her friend, they've known. No. It's more difficult to decide to commit than to just live a carefree life. That's why a lot of people just say that, oh, this whole commitment thing is not for me. They just want to live their lives like that. But if you have already made the choice of being committed to somebody, then be committed to that person and make that person feel like, okay, you're a priority, you're number one, you're secured. This whole external friendship is causing, nowadays I hear they call, oh, my bestie, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying it, honey. I'm not buying it. Like, I've not said that you cannot have a male friend that is your bestie, but the security of your partner is paramount. Also, there is nothing wrong in your partner having friends that are not your friends. Let me put it out there. There's nothing wrong. I've not said that you must be friends with all your husband's friends, or all your wife's friends, or all your boyfriend's friends. No, it doesn't even work that way. Like, where do you have time to combine your own friends and his friends all together on a daily basis? You will not have time for yourself. But there must be some kind of mutual respect, mutual understanding, especially in your presence and for your presence. When I say in your presence, like, when you are there, the person has to behave. Anyway, when you're there or when you're not there, the person has to behave, yes. But for your presence, just for the fact that you're present in that person's life, the other person is supposed to give a gap. Like, let people's relationships thrive. Yes, let people's relationships thrive. Don't try to put yourself in the middle of people's relationships because you have known this person for donkey years. It's not supposed to be like that. So this thing has actually become like a triangle where there is the guy, the person he's in a relationship with, and then the friend he used to have before. In this case, there's Ernest, who is in a relationship with Olga, and then there is me. For example, now if tomorrow Ernest goes to work and then, let me say, they fire him, and then he picks his phone and he calls me, my man, they don't just fire me, like all thing they do me, I'm better. My first question would be, you don't call Olga? Like, have you told her? What did she say? If you tell me that you have not told Olga, I'm telling you there and then, my friend, drop the phone and call your wife or call your boyfriend or your girlfriend and tell her that this is what has happened, because that is the order of things. That's how it is supposed to happen. You're supposed to call her and tell her, like, oh babe, they just fired me, like I'm so angry, I don't know what. Vent to her, and then pick up your phone and call me and say, my man, I don't get work again, oh, they just fired me, blah blah. Yes, then we'll talk about it and I'll be like, Masana small, you find something else, blah 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 blah. That's how it's supposed to go. So there are times when the guy who is in the relationship even does not understand the fact that he is supposed to set boundaries, but you, the friend who is outside, who has been his friend for a while, is supposed to have his interest at heart and try to rescue his relationship by telling him that, you see, you are supposed to talk to this person first before talking to me. That's how it's supposed to be now. Like, don't just wake up and call me. If you decide that, oh, in the you cannot sleep in the night because there are a lot of things in your mind or things like that, don't pick your phone and call me. Tap the person who is sleeping next to you or sitting next to you, or even if people are not married or staying in the same place, call her and say, babe, I cannot sleep because of this that is disturbing me and all that. Then when we meet, or when you ask me my opinion and I will give it to you clean and clear. On another point of this triangle now, there's the girl who is outside, in this case Gils. The girl who is outside is just nonchalant. Like, she does not see any reason why the time that she used to spend with you, the fun that we used to have together and all that, has to be cut short now because you're in a relationship. Sometimes it's not even because she's interested in you, like romantically or anything. Oh, it's just out of the fact that, oh, maybe she's lonely, or she has no other friends to talk to, or things like that. Maybe she's not even in a relationship of her own, you get, and she's trying everything to undermine this your relationship, so that in the long run, maybe you break up and then you can come back to being her bestie and things like that, you get. At this point in time, the guy is supposed to have seen it like from a mile away, based on the things that this friend will say about your relationship or about your partner and things. It goes both ways. Like, you're supposed to have seen it from a mile away, and yet seriously, you're supposed to put a very firm, assertive grip on this person. Like, tell this person that, you know what, I've decided to be committed. I know that we used to be like this. It cannot be like that anymore. If you cannot handle the fact that we cannot be friends, or if you cannot handle the fact that you don't know how to maintain a balance of respect for my relationship, then we cannot be friends. We cannot call each other, we cannot see each other, we cannot do this, because I am serious about this person. You need to make those bold moves. We need to, because see, whether we like it or not, a lot of friendships have spoiled what was supposed to be a beautiful relationship, a beautiful marriage, a beautiful whichever committed relationship you are in. A lot of external friends have spoiled those things for us, just because maybe they feel cheated, like, oh, she has taken my best friend, she has taken this person who used to listen to me over and over. So we are supposed to make those bold moves or those bold steps of saying, see, this is where it ends, this is how far we can go. If you cannot take it, move on. Generally, we just have to be adults about this whole thing. Like, if you're a friend to somebody and you see that that person is trying to build something which entails this certain level of commitment. The person is trying to build something beautiful with this other person, and you know in your heart of hearts that you are a friend to this person. You should want to see the person's good, like you should want to see that this person is happy and all that. If that does not suit you like it used to do before, try a way to manage it. Find a way around it to handle it. If you feel that you cannot handle it, move away. If this person is really your friend, that person's happiness should matter to you. That person progressing to another step in life should be a very important step in your own life. You should try as much as possible to build and not break this person at this point in time. If you see your friend trying to build something with some other person and you see that it is not, you are no longer comfortable, or you discover that you're a stumbling block to that relationship, or even if you don't know and you are told that, okay, you know what, we cannot be like we used to be before, be the adults, move away, give them space to build this beautiful thing. At that point in time, you feel uncomfortable, you feel maybe you feel hurt that, oh, you're losing a friend, but the consolation should be that, okay, this person has found someone who cares for him way more than I do, or as I do, and is ready to take care of this person, or is ready to be there for this person through thick and thin. So that is supposed to be your consolation, and you're just supposed to move aside. Yeah, I'm not saying that you should stop being the person's friend. Just take a step away and let this other person pilot the situation. And once in a while, when you're needed, you're going to be there to help this person, help this relationship, and all our relationships and friendships are going to be beautiful. Like I've always said, like I said in the part 1 of this video, nobody is an island. And we always have this thing, like I said, it's a spirit of discernment, I guess, that always tells you when you're a third wheel, when you're just that addition to an equation which is not supposed to be. I feel that we should all be adults about it and just move away. So tell me in the comment section what you think about his friends that are girls and her friends that are boys, and how you think that we're supposed to handle a situation like this. I'll be in the comment section to get the juicy gist. See you in my next video. Until next time, bye.